Hi, and welcome to Power Prophet Tarot. You know, I'm having all of these inspirational moments this evening, and I'm just sharing them all with you. You know, I was listening to a lot of tarot card readers, and I'm a Pisces. So I was listening to these tarot card readers, and they're talking about, well, you could tell when there's a theme that resonates because they're all saying the same thing in different ways, in their own unique ways. But there seems to be this idea that Pisceans are being lifted out of some sort of hole or some sort of bad place. I think that the energy in society right now may be impacting Pisceans because we are highly intuitive, highly sensitive. And I think that we feel sometimes the despair of individuals, the faltering of peoples. We feel a sense of needing to reach out to help. So, because of all the talk about me breaking up with somebody and leaving them alone forever, which is great advice for me. In the midst of all that, I'm not an astrologist. I'm not an astrology card reader. I'm not into all the signs, but I am into being a Pisces. And what I wanted to do this evening was to do a reading for Pisceans. Because I'm feeling something. I'm feeling a little off kilter. And I'm sure there are some other folks who are feeling the same thing. And so let's just see what some of this is about. All right? And this is a universal reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody. And it's going to be pretty short. I'm using Manzel's Tarot 2 deck, which I love. They're hand-painted cards. I've been using them ever since I started the channel. And I haven't even shuffled them. I just sat down because the spirit told me to sit down and make a video for Pisceans. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to shuffle the cards and ask that they give some wisdom and some understanding about what this tone or energy is that's impacting Pisceans in a way that may not feel exactly satisfying. Yeah? I ask that the universal life force pour your energy into me, pour your energy into these cards so that I can read them in a way that touches people and that brings them some understanding. I thank you for everything that you've done, everything that you will do. I thank you for the seen and the unseen. And I just ask that you guide my words, my thoughts, and what I say. Thank you. Let me give them a quick shuffle. Now, you know I'm not a fast shuffler. Some people on YouTube, they can shuffle like I don't know what. And believe me, I practice. But, you know, I kind of was raised in a way where I was raised up to read cards where flyaways were not part of the readings. Not that I'm disparaging anyone for using the cards that fly out their hands. But the way I was trained was to do a nice, neat shuffle and just turn the cards over and see where they go. So I'm just praying for that energy, for that Piscean energy. Give me a message for Pisceans tonight. 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 I know this is out of the norm, but so be it. Sometimes little surprises like this make the whole thing much more exciting. Pisceans, give me a message for Pisceans tonight. 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 Breaking the deck. Putting it back together. Giving it a little whoop, a little click. And let us see what we can see. Make some room here. The first card that comes up is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands really displays courage, determination, and joy. And this came straight up. So I'm seeing that even in the midst of this geek energy, that kind of off-kilter energy, there's a sense of determination. And there's a courage to keep on track and to just move through this time. And maybe do so with a little joy. So sometimes when, somebody's feeling sad, you put a little smile on your face and it can just change your whole day. And it can bring a sense of joy in. So the first card we have is one of determination, one of power. The Queen of Wands. And Wands is fire. And there are signs that align themselves with fire. Again, I'm not an astrologist, so I'm not going to name them. You superimpose or impose yourself on this card if you are, interested in how they fit astrologically. But the first card we have is the Queen of Wands. And it's setting us up for something that's really exciting. Second card that comes up is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles that are reversed. So upright, we see coins and we see a gentleman sitting there looking around. And it's reversed. So it's a little sort of not too nice, but it talks about power and domination. Upside down. So here we have the Queen, determination, courage, and then we have the Six of Pentacles upside down, which tells us about power and domination. So we just want to make sure that whatever power we have, we're not dominating. We're not dominating anyone. We're not trying to take over a person's life. We're not trying to tell them what to do. It also talks about stinginess. Like, yeah, you may be telling an individual what to do, but you're not giving them the tools to do it with. Let's see what's next. We have the King of Swords. Take a look at that card. It's a Doberman pinscher, bigger than a man, and he's holding this very, very, very serious looking wand. So this card was right side up. So we're talking about action defending beliefs. So we have a trend going on here. We have here determination and courage. We have here not needing to dominate someone. And then we have our wonderful King of Swords, which is right side up, who tells us that, it's time for action. It's time to defend our beliefs. So the power and domination may be a way to try to get someone to adopt your beliefs, but it's not a healthy way to have someone adopt your beliefs. So if you're struggling with getting your ideas across, if you're determined to get your ideas across by dominating individuals, this is telling us that this is not the right thing to do when we're defending our beliefs and when we're trying to move to action. Let's see what else the story tells us. The next is the Five of Wands. Swords are of the air, wands are fire, pentacles are of the earth, right? So we have here the Five of Wands straight up. And the Five of Wands is unbridled ambition, win at all cost. Unbridled ambition, win at all costs. So we have someone here, or some energy going on here, where there is someone or some folks who are determined. They have the courage to move forth in their ideas, but they may be doing it in a way that's overpowering individuals. In a way that could actually turn people off. And the Five of Wands wants to remind us, excuse me, that unbridled ambition and winning at all costs is not at all a good thing to do. Because who do we hurt in the process of doing that? We need to move. The Queen of Wands is telling us that. The Pentacles telling us do not dominate. The King of Swords is telling us to, defend your beliefs. Do what you have to do. The Five of Wands brings us home with winning at all costs. Unbridled ambition. So while this individual knows or may feel, or the energy that is abounding, that there is this need to, I gotta get it. I gotta do it. It has to happen. I don't care. Whatever I have to do, I'm going to do it. Whoever I have to step on, I'm just going to do it. Whoever I have to push out, I'm going to just push out. But we don't need to do that to defend our beliefs and to take action toward ways in which we'd like to live our lives. I'm going to pull out one more card. And we have another air. We have upside down Five of Swords this time. It's upside down, but as you can see, there's a bunch of swords in this individual's, in a skull, in a hole in the ground. That's pretty deep. That could be us, or the individual who is, or the energy that is attempting to force itself out into reality. Or it could be the people that we hurt, or the energy that suggests that there are people being hurt along the way. I'm interested to find out what's next. We have the King of Cups upside down. The King of Cups upside down tells us, follow your heart. So while some of these cards that I've read previously seem a little shaky, a little bad, it's just giving warnings. It's just giving advice that we should not be pushing our ideas on individuals, right? This Knight of Cups, I believe it was upside down. What will happen is there might be some moodiness or disappointment in the process. I was reading it right side up, but upside down, it means a little disappointment. I don't like it when the cards come out and say things that are a little too challenging for individuals. So what I want to do is I have these mini, I got this mini Rider-Waite deck. And I've been calibrating it to my own energy. And when I say mini, I mean mini. Mini size. Not many, but mini. And they're very hard to shuffle. But what I want to know more about is what this sort of unbridled passion is about. Sort of what this determination, where is it going? What's happening? I'm not going to talk too long, but I want the cards to explain more about this emboldenedness, this unbridled sort of power that wants to realize goals, maybe at the expense of others, maybe at the expense of the individual, and is causing a sense of disappointment And that could be the malaise that's coming on. People aren't listening. People aren't feeling it. The energy is that it's not being effective. The way in which it's being handled. It's not effective because there is this sadness and disappointment that is taking over. So let me just shuffle these cards. Tell us more. Tell us more about this determination, this action, this unbridled boldness. The cards are flipping out. But again, I think it's because the deck is so small. Please tell us. Please give Piscean a message about determination. Not being overbearing. Not being heard. Let me see if I could give it a little shuffle. Voila! Indeed, indeed. A little shuffle came out of there. So let's see. The first card that comes up is the King of Pentacles. We didn't have that. We had the Six of Pentacles. But now we have the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles tells us, and it is right side up, the King of Pentacles tells us about ambition, about hard work and responsibility. So, this is important. We have to work hard to have our ideas heard. We have to work hard to help people come along with us. Let's see what else the mini deck is saying. We got the Page of Pentacles. Some of you are at that newbie stage, that nascent stage. And sometimes when you're at that new stage, you are a little overbearing. Because you don't have the wisdom yet to realize how to just let it flow and still be strong. So the page is telling us that there is some more growing that has to occur. Not only that, but we have the Five of Wands here. And this is letting us know that we need to work together with people, so we can't alienate them. We cannot alienate individuals in our desire to achieve our goals, to take action. Again, because it will bring disappointment and sadness. We can't alienate, because I always say, you can't be brilliant by yourself. You need to have some other people there to support you and to help you. And then we have the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a major arcana card. And the High Priestess is telling us, excuse me. Oh, I dropped something. Excuse me, give me a second. Sorry about that. The High Priestess is telling us that we need to listen to our inner voice and intuition. Can you see that? So, in the midst of all of this, I'm not going to read that much. I just wanted to get some things out for Pisceans. You know, it's all about determination. But we can't ride over top of people. We have to ride with people if we want to take action. And we can't be asleep at the wheel when we're doing what we're doing, because it may be a cause of disappointment. And in the process, you may either hurt yourself or hurt other people. We need each other to survive. And some of that may be that some of us may be living in isolation, not getting out as much. I know I was told through one of the readers today to go out and have fun. Yes, go out and have fun. Leave the heaviness of your desires that are burning. Let that go for a minute, because sometimes when you go and have a good time, you wake up the next morning and you have an even better idea or more things to add to it. And remember that there's a lot of growth that needs to happen when you're trying to achieve your goals. You start out as a newbie, as a nascent, a little naive. But that's okay, because we can build knowledge. And we have the King of Pentacles and the High Priest here who tell us that all things are possible. And that we will be who it is that we want to become. And that there is hope. And that we can succeed at our endeavors. So, while we're moping to a certain degree, or feeling a little off kilter, or having some interesting relationships, just remember, you can achieve your dreams. You just have to be careful how you walk them out, so you don't alienate individuals. So you don't hurt people. So you don't wind up being disappointed. This is not the energy we need around trying to make things happen, to take action. We need to find people, gather them up who have the resource to help us. And on that note, I'm going to say namaste.